And when shall her turn come? After you or before you?
Sorry?
Her turn is after you or before? Before you. Oh, yes, come on. Here. Keep sitting here. That's right.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazar. Why is honey good for health?
Pourquoi le miel est-il bon pour la santé? Why is honey good for health?
Honey is good for health for many reasons. First of all, the basic reason is that God has created honeybee especially. And God has taught honeybee directly as to what she should do to make pure food, which is delicious, which is sweet, which should be shared by others as well. This is the beginning only. And the remaining question is this, that there are two types of bees. The bee, you see, it sits on the dirt. Wherever there is filth, that bee goes to that. And a similar bee is honeybee. And according to the Holy Quran, it makes its houses on the top of trees, on the mountain tops, on raised things, and they never visit a dirty place. Not only this, but their feet are covered with a substance in which insects cannot flourish. Insects automatically die. And this is called propolis. Now this research is a very interesting research which took place in France. In French research laboratories, they decided to find out which insects carry which special germs or viruses. So the research was very vast. But they were surprised when they came to the honeybee. The honeybee did not carry any insects. No viruses, no insect. So they were surprised, they were amazed, in fact confounded. How could it have happened? So when then they made a research, then a lot of things got revealed, very interesting things. Honeybee prepares an disinfectant which is called propolis from trees, and it puts that under its feet. Every time it visits the honeycomb, at the rim it takes a small rest, a pause, and when it stops there on the ring, the propolis under the feet touches first the rim, and then it goes inside. So if there was a remote possibility of her catching infection on the way, it is finished on the rims. Then it goes inside, then flies back to the flowers, and whenever it sucks the flowers, no germs are carried by honeybee back to this honeycomb. So they made research on propolis and discovered that it's an extremely efficient disinfectant which does not have any negative effect like penicillin, etc. No negative effect has been noticed by propolis. And it's so effective that sometimes in the cases which have been rejected totally by doctors, this propolis has been used with great effect and surprisingly so. Now, time is shortening, so I'll shorten my answers. Once I experimented it myself in Rabwa during my Wakf Jadid days, many patients used to come to me because of my homeopathic practice. There was a person who came to me whose nose hair like this was infected with something. It was horrible to look at. It had turned very obnoxiously colored something. It was not red just with blood. It was red with something which horrified you. And the person used to cover his nose, always kept his nose covered, because he knew he looked very ugly with that something. So I tried all my homeopathy and failed. I had read that natrum carb is good for any infection in the tip of the nose. It didn't work. Then I thought of propolis, and I told him to apply propolis, and I gave him some because he couldn't have found anywhere else. And amazingly, within a week, the nose became completely clear. Not a spot was left on the nose. And next time he came laughing to meet me, and there was no need to cover. He said, "Look here, the thing is gone." So, honeybee has been taught by Allah. Allah has revealed things to honeybee which she follows, and in the honey itself, not only in the propolis, but in the honey as well, there is a cure for almost every disease. Only you have to know, how to apply honey. Recently there was a letter received by me, written by some woman whose child was suffering from allergies of all types, and milk he could not tolerate. So because she had read that honey has curative quality properties in it, so this idea hit her, and she used only honey to treat the child. Now she wrote that she used only one type of honey, not various types of honey. And within 2 years, the child was cured of all allergies, milk allergy and every allergy, and the doctor was surprised to find that the case seemed to be incurable, but it has been completely cured. So I told the Private Secretary to have this letter published in Al-Fazl, that other people may experiment with it. But honey and cure have a they are so closely related to each other that it's not a question of Muslims just praising honey because they've read it in the Quran. The research carried out in Russia, the research carried out in England tells amazing things about the cure of honey. In some cancers where no other treatment is possible, just simple application of honey cures the cancer. So I have read many such cases, both in the literature published in Russia but translated into English, and here in England as well. And they are continuously making more research and find honey as a wonderful curative of all sorts of dirty sores and even cancerous sores. You understand? English? All right? Good. But you have to translate it.